Hello, everybody. I am Jess.
I am Drake.
And this is the Musician You podcast. And it's a really exciting podcast for a couple of reasons.
Tell me why.
Number one, it is our first video podcast that will be released.
We have our new sign.
Ah.
Ain't it purty?
And number two, we're doing the episode HitClips. We're going to talk about HitClips, the rise and fall of the HitClip. So Drake.
Yes.
What is a HitClip?
What is this? Right? 2001, 2000, 2001, 2003, 2002, 2004, in that order. There were these little devices that were sold as musical toys. It was a little thing that you would clip on your belt or on your backpack and a little cartridge. And this little cartridge would go into this little player. And what was on this was 1 minute of mono sound of a popular song. This one is NSYNC.
Woo!
Yep. And it would go in here and it would play music out of a little speaker, you know, from 2000 on this little thing. It's going to be glorious sounding with no volume.
There's no volume control, which I didn't realize.
Mono, 1 minute of a song and with no volume.
And one earbud, apparently, or something like that.
Yeah,
or,
I mean, it's basically just one. Yeah,
it's
yeah. There's one earbud.
Awesome.
So you could either listen to it in this ear.
So good.
Or this ear.
There's so many options.
So many options. What's beautiful is this one, like I said, of which we will get to later, looks like a phone. To me, it looks like a calculator, but that's what phones looked like back then.
I would like to point out before we go into anything that there were some options that you could get. There was a rockin' micro boom box.
I love that one.
A groove machine, a radio cartridge, which looked kind of like a
walkie-talkie.
Yeah, like a walkie-talkie, or this giant, hideous alarm clock. And I'm sorry if you had one and you love it. I'm sure it's beautiful, but
I know it makes me want to have all of these.
I know I want all of these.
But not because they are cool, because they're cool in a different way now, you know?
Well, it's like a time capsule of like 2000 to 2004.
It's so good. What I'm interested in is I'm just realizing I'm looking in it in real time. I'm finding this out. It comes with a 10-foot phone cord. We'll look into that later.
Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere.
I didn't even know that's what that was. That's funny. So yeah, this little cartridge was about the size of a stamp, and people would collect them. They would trade them. It was like the hottest sensation at the time.
So the HitClips were launched in August of 2000. They sold 20 million units by 2002 and had reached like $80 million worth of cartridge revenue alone. So this was massively successful when it was launched. Each individual cartridge of music was priced around $3.99 each, and the players for the cartridges were around $20. Their target demographic was from the ages of 5 to 12, so somewhere in that like kid to tween age. And they were pop heavy, meaning Britney Spears, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, Destiny's Child. It was the golden age of pop music during that time anyways, so this just was a perfect combination.
Yeah.
Some of these songs available now. More this fall. Collect them all. HitClips, each sold separately.
They were definitely marketed more towards girls just because of the pop heaviness of it, but there were some options that were marketed for boys, including Blink-182 and Smash Mouth, stuff like that.
Yeah. And it was like hip to have them all over your body, on your backpack, on your belt, everything that you could do. And that became a fashion. So therefore, on like school buses, they would end up trading and getting like all the ones that they wanted. And then they would end up in school. And can you imagine having this horrible sounding music as a teacher, all the kids just playing it? There was a lot of, criticism from the teachers and from the parents of like, oh my God, these suck so bad. But because they were like harmless, just musical little toys.
Yep.
There was like that excuse.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, they want to listen to music. That's great. But many schools banned them.
And I think the school banning HitClips thing was like the most controversy that this whole product had. So Tiger, the company that made it, didn't have any other
they did it right.
They did it right, yeah. But that is really funny to me.
I mean, it's kind of the equivalent of like cell phones now.
Yeah,
It's like you got to put your cell phones away because they're distracting.
Right, except it was just 1 minute of mono Britney Spears.
Just the chorus over and over.
That might be worse, actually.
Yeah. The teachers, not only is it like a disruption, but it's that.
It's so annoying. It's like the same like 3 songs just over and over and over again.
So good. So the person who invented this, there's 2 of them. Their names were Dave Capper and Andy Philo from the Tiger Music division. They got all the licensing.
Yeah.
They got all the licensing from Jive, Zamba, Capitol Atlantic, all of the big labels.
Huge.
And at first, the labels were like, why would we sell our music on a $4 cartridge when we can sell a CD for $12, $15? And their pitch was genius. Their pitch was, listen, they're going to get this 1 minute clip of one song on that CD that you're selling.
Yeah.
All the kids are going to have it. And guess what they're going to want? They're going to want the whole entire CD.
Yeah, it was a preview.
And even though for Tiger, it was more about the toy aspect, that was their in to be basically marketing gold for all these record
labels. It's crazy.
And that's exactly what happened. You would get this little NSYNC and be like, I need the whole CD.
I need the album. Yep. Yeah. They had a McDonald's Happy Meal tie-in where in your Happy Meal, you could get a HitClip, which is cool.
It's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I can't fault it. It's like a brilliant strategy.
Yeah. And it's just like not enough to like say no to. Your kid's like, please, please, please. And this is like, yeah, just
you're like,
a
fine.
couple
Oh my God.
Sure.
Yeah.
And yeah, that launched them even further.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They also had a collaboration with Lunchables, which I don't remember that.
I was playing with Lunchables when I realized I could be playing with Tiger toys like BattleBots, HitClips, or I could pick any of these toys free. I can collect 1 ticket from each specially marked Lunchable, send it with shipping and handling, and it's mine. Lunchables, now even more fun.
And Radio Disney, they had a collaboration with. They actually hired 2 Disney stars, Hilary Duff and Raven Simonier, to be spokespeople.
They were brought on right at the end. So the last year in 2003, so the year before, there was a little bit of decline.
Gotcha.
So there was like 3 solid years. And they were like, all right, let's get Hilary Duff as a spokesperson. And once again, it ramped up for a little bit. And some technological things started to happen, which we'll talk about in a second. And Hilary Duff kind of backed out. They got Raven Simonier in. And the product was already dying.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Raven Simonier could not save the HitClip.
No. At that time, they also tried to make other wearable things like bracelets, necklaces. They just kind of threw everything out the wall and see if anything stuck. So throughout this whole thing, these are basically treated like Pogs and Pokemon cards. It was right in that like cross sections. But what started to happen, the MP3 player and Napster.
Oh, man.
Yep. So you have this like $20 HitClip with $4 pieces of plastic that played 1 minute of mono music, you know. Or you could spend
hours.
Yeah, $15 on a generic MP3 player and then just download 100, 200 songs onto it. So Tiger wasn't like delusional. They were like, you know what? This did its thing.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Another thing that was happening, these were super clean. These were super fun. They were completely pop. That was another thing that like Tiger did. There's no lawsuits with them. They, like you said, we did everything right.
Right.
But they kept their music clean. There was no swears. There's no heavy metal. There's no nothing. At this time, Eminem and 50 Cent came out and were strong.
I mean, strong is an understatement.
Yeah, they destroyed everything in a good way.
And here's the thing, too. This came out 2000 to 2004. Like, that was right around the time of, like, Total Request Live. you would every day in that like teen sort of realm come home and watch Total Request Live that had all the Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC. You were looking to see who was gonna make number one, that day. But then also infiltrating was like Korn infiltrating that top 10 list.
Yep.
Eminem infiltrating that top 10 list. So the pop aspect of it was starting to be taken over by the not so family friendly material anyways. And it's really interesting that what happened on like TRL, which was a huge cultural influence for a handful of years, the same thing happened with the HitClips, like simultaneously.
It became lame.
Yeah.
It was just like all of a sudden, if you had this, you weren't cool. And that's like one of the worst things that can happen to any product.
Yeah. And for kids in school, the last thing you want to be called is lame.
Yeah. So, 2004, they said peace. But before then, I just want to
oh my God, yes, please.
I just want to show you this list. There's front and back of how many songs that they had on HitClips.
Let me just give you some of the hot hitters.
Yeah.
Aaron Carter, obviously, Aaron's Party, I Want Candy, a lot of other of his songs. You're talking Avril Lavigne, Backstreet Boys, obviously, Baha Men, Who Let the Dogs Out, very important on this list. Let's see, a billion Britney Spears songs, Dream Street. There's some Elvis Presley too, which was unexpected. Yeah. That's unexpected. Some Faith Hill. We're talking Goo Goo Dolls. We're talking Hillary Duff, of course. Justin Timberlake on his own. KC and the Sunshine Band. So you really got a lot of like the wedding hits on here. Kool and the Gang as well.
Yeah, the list goes on and on.
Oh my God, yeah. O-Town. Oh my God, I forgot about O-Town.
And then they also had the whole Disney thing where they had a bunch of Disney songs, and they kind of, like I said, they threw everything at the wall the last year. Just like, all right, well, CDs are cool. Let's make the HitClip CD. And it had 2 minutes of music, which it didn't do much. Of course they sold a lot of them, but it didn't drive it back up into mainstream, along with everything else that happened. But yeah, Disney had a whole lot of songs, and they were kind of, all right, well, what if we push younger, get the younger kids involved and interested. And once again, it did a little bit more, but yeah, there's, like I said, there's like 4 pages of size 8 font here. It's kind of cool.
There was definitely a ton more for the 60-second than there is. There's only like 15 of the 2-minute ones, so clearly those were not as successful.
No. So, what do you say? Do you want to open this up?
Oh my God.
We got this on eBay, and it's never been opened. It looks like it's been dropped, but it was from Zany Brainy.
Zany Brainy.
Yeah. I don't even know what that store is. I don't even know where this from. This might be from like Ohio for all I know.
We have to salvage all of it though.
I'm going to be very careful.
Okay.
Kind of wanted to have a 10-minute power hour moment there.
Or where you just like rip it apart.
Destroy the box.
We could just destroy everything. We could start ripping panels down.
Oh, do Eric Andre style?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right, I'm doing pretty good.
I'm so proud.
Thank you.
Hold on. I'm going to be the manager real quick.
Okay. Oh, talking about that, before we go any further, this episode, like always, has been brought to you by
coffee. You know it. You love it.
Station. What's that phrase?
Regularly scheduled programming?
Yes, that. Back to that.
You're going to hear every bit of Drake struggling to open this package.
I'm trying to be careful. I don't want to
No, you're doing a great job. No.
Just in case we have to retake this. Almost. All right, here it is. Oh, it feels nice, actually.
Just going to try to show you up close in all of its glory.
This is the cell phone. It looks like a calculator, but this is what cell phones looked like back then. It's kind of like a BlackBerry phone.
Yeah, or like a squished Nokia.
Yeah.
It definitely feels like you can drop it a bunch and it would probably be fine.
Things were made a lot nicer back then.
What?
So, yeah.
It literally has a phone thing.
So maybe it plays onto a phone?
No.
Oh my God. I didn't know this. I would have brought a phone. We have a phone. So later, what we're going to do is we're going to go home. We're going to go home with this and videotape it. Videotape. I'm back in the...
On our camcorders.
Yeah, on our camcorder. And see if it works.
Okay.
So, all right. Yeah, who knows if there's even batteries in
There's
here?
a talk, but I don't think it's actually a talk. It says talk, but then it says volume under it. I think they just did that to make it more phone-like.
Oh, here's the clip.
It says flash and redial on the front.
Yeah, no, this is supposed to look like a phone.
Oh, okay. Always, it says caution, always disconnect all telephone lines from the wall outlet before servicing or disassembling this equipment.
And here it is. Here is the Backstreet Boys, The Call. Oh, because it's a phone.
Or the name of the song.
Well, I know, but they're using The Call. So what we're going to do is put it right in there.
Did we need batteries?
Probably.
Here's the one.
On. Yeah, there's no way this is not going to not have batteries. Oh, the suspense. So this is actually a telephone. The micro music telephone has the following switches, okay? It says installation. Plug one end of the phone cord into the jack at the bottom of the mic, into this, and then into the end of the phone cord in the telephone wall jack.
That's okay. We will do this at home and we will video us doing this at home.
I don't even know if we have. We don't have.
We're going to video this somewhere that we find.
We're going to find a landline. You can actually make outgoing calls.
Dude, this is wild.
This is a whole nother thing.
This is wild.
So this is evidently. When was this one made?
So it has to be plugged into the phone jack to be able to then plug this into the thing to listen to it?
Yeah, so the thing that you hung around your thing was this. So this is a very phone-specific one where you have to be tethered to your household line.
Oh, my freaking God.
Landline. And then it uses the power from your landline, which there is a very, very small voltage, which is evidently enough to And yeah, there we go.
Okay, cool.
And you would listen to it in your earbud. There's no speaker on this one. So this is why I got this one really inexpensive.
No, that's fair. We're gonna make it work.
But this is the thing that you would hang on your little your belt loop.
Yep.
Like, look how cool I mean, I can see the allure.
I want to make a pair of earrings. Get a bunch of HitClips. Make some HitClip earrings.
This is going to happen.
Nobody that we know has a landline at all, except for these lovely folks here, Jimena and Will. They own the amazing pub cafe. Yeah. Pub cafe that we are in currently called Amber Lane. It's a beautiful place in Northampton, Massachusetts. And they were so gracious to feed the phone jack.
So, does it work?
Does it work? It is on. HitClip is in.
Is it playing?
Maybe. It should be.
You're just desperately hoping you sound. I heard it. It sounded terrible.
Okay, so it works. You can mostly hear the song through the dial tone that is continuously playing in your ear.
All right, so let's get this straight. This has to be plugged in, and you have to be tethered to wherever it's plugged in. But
Absolutely.
yeah, there's a clip.
There's a clip.
I mean, it's called a hit clip.
Yeah.
So you just put it on your belt loop and then stand next to the wall?
Yeah. And apparently this was also a phone that made outgoing calls.
Oh, can you make an outgoing call?
You can call? You can call.
I mean, okay, so when you push the buttons in, it temporarily pauses the thing. Ooh, hold on. Can I call?
Yeah, call your number. All right, she's going to try calling.
It's ringing on my
It works. So it's an actual phone.
This is so stupid. Well, I'm gonna answer it.
Oh, answer it. Hello.
Yeah, answer it. Hello.
Hello?
Oh God, I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Oh, so it's like a really old, awful walkie-talkie, basically.
Yeah. No, this is...
You could use this for the
You could use this as a phone.
service.
Yes.
Yeah, it could.
You should use
We
this.
don't have this is unplugged. We don't have a phone for the business
Do you
because phone calls were so annoying. We just
Well, take it.
I don't believe
we'll
you.
start answering this. What is
Wait, what is it?
Wait, can you call this?
No.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, can we call that?
This is
Yeah.
This is
Let me try it.
We could just this would be our business phone now.
All right, I'm going to
This
try...
would be our
I'm going to
business
call
phone
back.
number.
Are you gonna call back?
Yeah, I'm going to
Okay.
call back.
This
All
would
right.
be our business phone number now.
Tell me what happens.
I don't know how to answer it.
I don't know. Maybe hit
play.
send. Yeah, or play.
There is no send.
Is it ringing?
Hit send.
No. Maybe you can only do outgoing calls? You can
Oh, it says it's not available.
All right, maybe
Okay.
this isn't a viable method for y'all then.
You can take calls, but you can't make calls. You can...
I
So...
love that.
No, you can make calls, but you can't take calls.
Right.
That's even better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's way better.
That's great.
Yeah, you
Because
know.
then
It's kind of like a
I don't want
burner.
to be bothered.
It's like a
It's a burner phone. The burner hit clip. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
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 I feel like we should bring these back somehow. Just find them on eBay and collect them in a different way. Be like, I have all these hip clips. I feel like if I had a whole bunch of hip clips right now, it would be cooler than back then.
Yeah, yeah.
Like earrings and stuff like you were just saying.
But like functional as well. I want like a full line of like Beck 60-second. Not the
I don't think Beck was on this.
No,
this,
no, he wasn't. But if we were doing them now.
Oh, can we? I wonder if we can get these made.
So that's it, everybody. The history of the hit clips. They were here and then they were gone, but they'll be in our hearts forever.
Or right here.
Or right here. You can still buy some random ones online if you wish. We're going to bring hit clips back, I guess. I think this is a thing that needs to happen. I want to hear from you guys about hit clips. Did you have hit clips? Did you know about hit clips? Did you trade them on the school?
Playground?
Yeah, on the school playground. Did you
The
trade
school parking lot
Did you trade
behind
them?
the dumpster?
What were your favorite hit clips? What do you remember about this time? Because it's very, even though I didn't have hit clips, the nostalgia is very real.
Yeah.
Of the early 2000s. There was something really special about it.
I mean, look at that. Look at those. Look at that.
Look at
Type
those
font.
graphics.
Yeah, it's so good. That's it. All right. Have a awesome one.
Bye, guys.
Bye.